times. Hey, this the part where you go get your sword, get your highlighter, your apocrypha, pseudepigrapha, however you get in. Let's study, man. Can we get a session in? End times. This, that, music you study too. Prophecies coming true, in love with this truth. Them holy scriptures will humble you. Ecclesiastes, under the sun it ain't nothing new. Never complacent, till I'm in New Jerusalem, I ain't comfortable. Abba willing, we make it. You do commandments, you my brother too. Proving every spirit.
Shalom to all the Jews and Gentiles alike. Sending a strong shalom to the children of light. You already know what the deal is. All praises to the Most High. All praises to an exit. All praises to Yahuwah Sabaoth, the El Elyon of Avraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. Acknowledgement to our big brother, Yahushua HaMashiach, Mata the Lamb, Isa, Yahushai, the Lion from the tribe of Yehuda, the one they call Jesus Christ. So brethren, today we're going to be talking about the children of light, who they are, where they came from, the program Israel. We also going to be talking about the Torah Or as well. You're going to get a better understanding of the Torah Or, alright? But first, let's go to the good old Bible first. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 8, and it reads, "For ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as children of light." This is the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5 and verse 5, and it reads, "Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness." This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 14, and it reads, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid." Alright, so let's go to the keys of Enoch. Let's go to key 210, and we're going to go hit verse 1. Alrighty. This key of Paradise on Creation tells us that the higher evolution is coded within the people who are known as the true Israel. This Israel is not physical, historical, or ethnic. Let me say that again. This Israel is not physical, historical, or ethnic. It is the Israel of all vibratory levels of light energy used in the programming of human consciousness. Let's hit verse 3. This is a spiritual Israel, which is a peoplehood that is not clinging to one tradition or prophecy, nor working with one Alpha Omega cosmology. Israel is the peoplehood of all great mind dimensions of the Father. This key tells us that the true Israel is also known as the children of light. They are the children who express different light emanations, yet work with the seventh ray of creation. They are a people with one divine purpose who contend with God, with the Most High until victory. They are a people who are the light continually. With this light, they continually transform the material side of creation to be in accordance with the will of the Father. They do this by demonstrating the higher spiritual truths proclaimed to all people. For this reason, they are a remnant seed upon our planet, for they are remnants of the higher Adam-Kadmon race sent to Earth. They are the scattered remnant of the mind energies of the Adamic society from other eons of time. So, Israel just isn't a people group here in mortality that have been scattered across the four corners of the earth via slave ships, but is also a starseed. Okay? So, to kind of sum it up for you, the program Israel is essentially something that was uploaded into this program or into this matrix of life to increase the frequency of the other spirits. Under the guidance of the Sons of Light, the true Israel brought the scriptures of light to the community of Qumran. The true Israel brought the scriptures of light to the community of Alexandria. The true Israel brought the scriptures of light to the Takala Makan Basin of Tibet. The true Israel brought the scriptures of light to the community of Nag Hammadi. And the true Israel brought the scriptures of light to the Great Salt Lake. Verse 9. Wherever the people of the greater light vibration have used their vibration to serve the higher mind and to receive the living universe. I meant revere. Revere the living universe. They have kept accurate records. Let me say that again. They have kept accurate records and testimonies of where the higher universe would interconnect with lower evolutionary orders of creation. And we're going to line that up with the Book of Mormon. Okay, 2 Nephi chapter 29 verse 10. Wherefore, because that ye have a Bible, ye need not suppose that it contains all my words, neither need ye suppose that I have not caused more to be written. Verse 11. For I command all men, both in the east and in the west, and in the north and in the south, and in the islands of the sea, that they shall write the words which I speak unto them. For out of the books which shall be written I will judge the world, every man according to their works, according to that which is written. All right, so that lines up straight with what we just read here in the Keys. In these documents of light, the true Torah, or upon our planet, we find the message of the true Israel. So the children of the light were all over the place. We were all over the place. That's why when we get into these other books, like the Bhagavad Gita, the Dhammapada, the Hindu teachings, the Buddha teachings, when we get into the Kemet teachings, right? When we get into Thoth, the Atlantean, which was a child of the light, right? The child of the light, they were the Atlanteans. They were the Nagas, which were the first Hindus. All right, they were the Buddha monks. We were the Druids. We were the Lumerians. That's why we have kept accurate records and testimonies everywhere we went. And that is why you cannot stay in one book. You cannot stay in these religions, because the religions are keeping your spirit man in bondage, right? So what man has done is they've separated all these teachings from the children of the light, and they've made these religions off of them, and they have slowly corrupted them. But what you need to see is that there is oneness in all of the scriptures. Let's go to key 111, verse 32. Thus, as we unfold the revealed writings of Yahuwah and work with the Torah and its sacred names, we realize that it is a pyramid of light, and that every ascended master is a cornerstone. Within the Torah are the inner thresholds of all levels of human psychology, philosophy, astronomy, and cosmology, built into our cosmic dimension. The Torah includes the New Testament scriptures and the Old Testament scriptures, which form the pyramid of light within the Star of David. Both are necessary to bring mankind into a direct relationship with the teaching sonship orders of light, which enable us to go into new star creations. Let's go to key 104, verse 46. Here we have the picture of what the Lords of Light are trying to teach man through the Torah, the collective revealed scriptures of Yahuwah for this age, and through the truths set forth in the pyramid hymns, the Bhagavad Gita, right? We talked about that. Talked about the Bhagavad Gita earlier, and the Chinese and Tibetan texts of light. Through this assimilation, man becomes cosmic man, who can freely participate in the other forms of cosmic creation. The leadership of cosmic creation unfolds through embodiments of the divine Adam Kadmon as manifestations of Atman, Mahasamatman, Krishna, and Shiur Koma. So we got to be able to power up to flame on to go Super Saiyan, just like our big brother Yahushai. and other ascended masters. Because the things that he did, we can as well. Let's go to key 106. All right. Key 106, verse 13. Therefore, the Pleiades, which is a star cluster, is considered the foundation for the harmony of creation. However, the many who are called must go through myriads of other kingdoms before they can enter as pure thought, pure energy into the kingdom of light. That is, until they have reached the state of divine non-evolution. The key speaks on the celestial image of the Most High, working through the brotherhoods of light in Kima and Kessel, which is Orion and Pleiades, and the celestial origins of the brotherhoods of light as signed on this planet Earth. The chosen of this planet, who successfully served their species, qualified not only to put on the higher overself body of light, but are given the knowledge of how to use the codes of biochemical creation on this planet to mutate a species capable of carrying the light into other creations. For this reason, the people of Israel were created. You are a luminary in a physical vehicle carrying divine knowledge. That is who you are, Israel. But you forgot. You forgot. We ain't here for no master's degree. Nah, we not here for that. We not here just finna settle to clock in at 9 and get out at 5. Nah, we not here for that. There are bigger things than that. Let's go to key 105, verse 55. At this point in our consciousness time zone, the celestial lords of light will come back by order of the Galactic Command in Orion, which governs many universes, to save the Adamic seed. They will deliver their seed and the seed of the other nations who wish to be coded into the galactic tree of living light in the paradise mansion worlds of the Father. And this verse is to say that the Gentiles can be coded in with the Adamic race. Alright, so basically they being grafted in. So that means the Gentiles, they really have to drop the ego that they have, right? And thinking that they know everything. Thinking that 66 books is all there is. Because you don't have the fullness of the gospel with just 66 books. Right? That's why it says in Jeremiah 16, verse 19, it says that the Gentiles are going to come and they're going to say that they have inherited lies from their forefathers. So this goes way, way, way further than just religion and Jesus coming back. There's going to be a lot more things happening when those skies crack open. Those who have accepted the Christ seed, the Buddha seed, or any of the Lords of Light will have within them the activate channels of light, which will allow them to function as the Adamic race upon other planetary worlds and in other universes. The world that they will inherit will depend upon the maturity of the soul and the way they have allowed the light to function within them in service to their fellow creation. Let's go to key 118, verse 11. After the completion of the program historically known as Israel, which means in the original Hebrew scrolls, the consciousness of light which contends with the higher mind until victory, there will be a consciousness reprogramming of mankind on this planet in the region originally identified with Atlantis, which is actually here in the Americas. The program Israel is one of the many within the infinite way which intersects with many different levels of intelligence. At the culmination of the Father's plan for Israel, a new program victory will signal the gathering of the tribes of spiritual Israel. Let's go to verse 15. Upon this grid, a new crystallization will be created as the cycles of the east and west combine to receive the living light of the Christ, reigning upon the planet through the Brotherhood of Light. Thus, the program Israel will become the new plane of victory, which will allow the intelligence of this planet to freely move upon other planets, and at the same time invite other planetary intelligence to commune with this planet. Dang, what in the world? That's something right there. Okay, that's still this book. This book just, as I continue to read and study this, continues to blow my mind. This book is crazy. It really is. Let's go to key 113, verse 16. As the earth passes into its final phase, a boomerang effect of hot neutral matter will cause a great fluxing of sediments and shake the wings of the dove that mark the continents of the new Jerusalem. USA-lam, because here in the Americas is the land of the dove. This is the great land of the West. So it's about to go down. It's about to go down here in the Americas. As you can see here in the keys where it says Return of the Dove, it got everything right here. It says in the corner areas of the Nephites to be activated. So if you read the Book of Mormon, you already know what's going on. Let's go to verse 18. Islands of light will be formed from the land separators on the east and west coast of North America, where the people of light will be gathered. Massive floods and the releasing of neutral matter from the core of the earth will cause drastic dissolving and a settling out of the basic materials on the surface of the earth. Verse 27. The academies of light will train the mind to work with the keys of knowledge, using the 7th, 8th, and 9th chakra triangulation to actualize a physical quantum leap beyond the imperfect karmic cycles of our solar spectrum, known to the ancients as being influenced by the Solar Council. These academies of light will be a global network. So we're gonna have academies of light. There's gonna be academies of light will be a global network of spiritual communities of the people of light, united and focused into one interplanetary government that will accept the brotherhoods that serve the office of the Christ. The office of the Christ is where the ascended masters are. So that's them. Now let's go to key 319. Go to 319. Verse 94. The Father showed me how there were 12 galactic tribes of Yisrael, created to walk upon the face of the earth in direct relationship to, in the keys it says Jehovah, but you know, direct relationship to Jehovah's glory. And I saw how this people, known as the Hebrews, that is those on the other side of the galactic river of life, were to be different. Were to be different from the other people of the earth who were satisfied with the body and the soul. The people of Israel had their body and soul exposed to a spiritual outpouring of light, which was to bring forth a continual illumination of the Father's direct teaching and love for all peoples of the earth. Verse 95. I was shown how the people of Israel were not evolved out of the root nations of the world. Read that again. Israel were not evolved out of the root nations of the world, but were a result of the selective spiritual breeding taken from a higher evolutionary consciousness. They were given the gift of a higher spiritual capacity. A higher spiritual capacity to think universally and to transform the material grids to have universal application on the earth plane. 96. I saw how these selected ones of the celestial seed were to be a people of light who could connect different mental and spiritual vibratory channels of knowledge in order to teach all nations the unity of the living God. Metatron explained to me how Israel, as a spiritual Israel, was an instrument used to infuse the nations of the world with the light vibrations, which could raise their consciousness to a living and reigning godhood of Yahuwah. So Israel, the children of light, the Starseeds, are here to increase the consciousness of the other spirits. But if the ignorant Gentiles and the other Hebrews don't want to wake up, then hey, that's on them. That's on them. All right. Let's go to Key 319, verse 103. For the true people of Israel incarnate into all peoples, so that they can gather the sparks of the righteous of all people, exemplifying the word of the living God, irrespective of the chemical shell that holds their consciousness earthbound. Yet the scriptures of Israel did not lose their power, for which reason the great religions and political powers of the world seek to destroy the scriptures. That's what we were talking about earlier. How they separated all of these scriptures of light, and they made these religions off of them. All right. For these scriptures challenge the singular astronomies and theologies of man-centered God systems. They have the power to open the minds of men to the Merkabah and the Shekinah presence, wherein every child of God can have a personal involvement with God and with the host of the spiritual civilizations of the Most High, Yahuwah Savayos. Alright, let's go to verse 113. And I was shown the vision of the physical Adam Kadmon coming from the heavens, and how he activated the cities of light under the oceans. There goes your subterranean earth. There goes your hollow earth. Right there in that verse. Okay. He activated the cities of light under the oceans, which were prepared as places of refuge and protection for the children of light. So there's a whole entire world inside of the earth, because if you watch the King Kong movies, I think it was also in the King Kong versus the Godzilla movie too, where how there was a hollow earth, like there's a whole entire earth or a whole city inside the earth. It's crazy because in these movies they telling you the truth. They telling you the truth in these movies. Let's go to 124. All right, this is when the sky cracking. Next I saw fiery wheels which covered the sky, and these wheels came to rest upon the earth. They became temples of light as they opened to receive the righteous rescued from the collisions of the earth. Others were taken beneath the oceans. There we go again. Subterranean earth. There we go again. Others were taken beneath the oceans into gravity null islands of light, which were pyramids in the disguise of underwater mountains. Sounds like Atlantis, Aquaman, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Man, they giving you all the answers in the movies. Oh man, okay. In these island atmospheres, the remnant of the good seed of the earth were prepared for the cycle of the reign of the Christ upon the earth in union with his higher worlds of lights. Now I want to go to the Third Testament real quick. Just real quick. I want to get a precept real quick. Alright. So this is the Third Testament, the Book of True Life, chapter 39, verse 19. When I speak of my people of Israel, the people of God, I refer to those who have brought a spiritual mission to earth. A spiritual mission to earth. We came down here on a mission. Those who made known my law, those who proclaim me, those who were faithful, those who proclaimed the existence of the living God, those who perpetuated the seed of love, and those who knew how to recognize in the Son the Word and the presence of the Father. These are those that form the people of the Most High, that is Israel, the strong, the faithful, the prudent Israel. That is my legion of soldiers, faithful to the law, faithful to the truth. Now let's go to the Book of True Life, chapter 63, verse 9. Today you know that in your bosom I have caused the people of Israel to be reincarnated. This I reveal to you. Understand that the seed that breathed in your being and the inner light that guides you is the same that I poured out since the first era over the house of Yaakov, Jacob. Verse 10, you are Israelites of the Spirit. You possess spiritually the seed of Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. You are branches of the blessed tree that gives both shade and fruit to humanity. So let's go into a book called Return of the Children of Light, Incan and Mayan Prophecies for a New World. Alright, so we're going to be on page 32. According to legend, the Lemurians were luminous beings who had direct contact with higher intelligence. Reputedly, they had collective perception. That is, they had shared thoughts and could perceive as a whole, and were very telepathic. In their time, human consciousness had not yet been fully integrated into dense physical reality, and the Lemurians existed more into the ethereal than in the physical realm. They had not yet left the Garden of Eden. So before the fall, you had your Adam common body to where you could communicate telepathically. So they were able to flame on and use their consciousness to do everything. But ever since the fall, now we have to talk with our mouths, we have to write, and we got to do all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we've came pretty far. So now we got to get back to the light. We got to get back to the Adam Kadmon body. All right? We got to flame on just like our big brother. The Atlanteans were said to be a highly advanced race with a civilization unlike any the world had previously seen. Many believe that when their homeland was destroyed, the Atlanteans migrated to Egypt, Mesoamerica, India, and Tibet, seeding many new civilizations. So the Children of Light was all over the place, right? As you can see in Kemet, Mesoamerica, in India. All right, and now we're going to read on this page, was it 34? We're going to talk about the Nagas here. This is verse 29. In the myths and stories of the Yucatan region, there are many references to the people of the serpents. The serpents, sometimes called Nagas, appeared to make up an archaic mystery school with leaders considered to be spiritually powerful initiates. Some scholars believe that Nagas were survivors of Atlantis and may have had extraterrestrial origins. Even today, there are groups in Mesoamerica that trace their lineage to legendary serpents, such as the Tacuate of the state of, how do you say that? Oaxaca, I think, who maintain a strong Nagual tradition, right? And we also know that the Nagas were the first Hindus, alrighty? As we will see, the indigenous people of Mesoamerica clearly had access to ancient sacred knowledge. Although its source is unknown, figurines and other depictions of the early priest kings of Mesoamerica found in the La Venta area, an ancient Olmec settlement located near the border of modern Tabasco and Veracruz states, and elsewhere show tall, bearded, long-robed men in headdresses with features that have Semitic, Phoenician, Negroid, or Chinese characteristics. Alright, page 37. There is evidence that divine seedings were not limited to Peru and Mesoamerica. In Egypt, the Great Pyramid and the Sphinx are thought by some researchers to be far more ancient than 4,000 years old. Now, I'm not really sure about 4,000 years old, but hey, whatever. Irrespective of their ages, it is widely speculated that the early cultures of both Mesoamerica and Egypt were remnants of the civilization of Atlantis. Moreover, more esoteric sources suggest that early priest kings who ruled these civilizations were divine beings, like the mythical Elohim, which we read in the Keys, which are the creator gods, okay? Some people believe that another seeding by the Elohim occurred it says 6,000 years ago, but you know that can't be the right amount of years, because if you have 7,000 years of probation, then that can't be accurate. Yeah, see, and that's where the hijack comes in. Where the Gentiles, they like to throw in all of these amount of years and all that other stuff. So it's like, in the Middle East, it is speculated that after years of wandering, these seeded people eventually came to Egypt and became known as the Hebrews. The purpose of this seeding was to again create a people of light who would have a higher capacity. We just read this in the keys. Who would have a higher capacity to think universally and a physical structure able to perceive higher vibrational frequencies than the mass of humanity. Okay. Page 39. It is likely that throughout history, the Elohim have come down to earth in physical form to tend to their seedbeds. One of their greatest world teachers came long before the time of Warakoka in the form of the great Egyptian known as Tahuti or Thoth, later called Hermes. Alright, by the Greeks. The legendary Hermes, which is also Enoch from a previous incarnation, the legendary Hermes brought his people many gifts, including the arts, mathematics, astronomy, astrology, and all types of healing. So you already know that Tahuti, Thoth, Enoch, Hermes, same guy now, is a child of light. Also an ascended master. Okay, let's go to page 122. All right. As we begin to develop our potentials as human God seeds, we will fulfill prophecies about the return of the light, the spirit of Quetzalcoatl, the Christ, the Pahana, the Great White Brotherhood, the Illuminated Ones. The Capac Inca will return and again walk among us. The boundaries of the black box of limited perception and limited potential will dissolve. The Newton Cartesian perspectives that shape our current worldview will be regulated to a more appropriate role, continuing to be an important tool in defining ordinary reality but no longer limiting our perception of non-ordinary realities to which we have access. In time, our over-reliance on these concepts may come to be viewed as a little more than a strange aberration that occurred briefly within human history. Many people believe that the activation of the grid, the planetary light body, is already occurring, awakening our potentials as we individually awaken to the light within human form. The light within the planetary form is simultaneously awakening. This is occurring because within the larger whole, a new pattern is emerging. The universe is holographic. So as we continue to expand our consciousness, the faster this society crumbles. I mean, they're gonna have to pay anyways, right? All the spirits that had their hand in taking these lands and doing all this raping, robbing, murdering, stealing, they have to pay for all of that. Alrighty, so let's get this one last precept here. This is gonna be in the book of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the Atlantean. It's gonna be chapter 7. It's called the Seven Lords. Alright, and this is like towards the end of the book. Alright, and it reads, I, a child of light, command to be free from the darkness. I am formless to the light soul, formless yet shining with light. I know the bounds of the darkness must shatter and fall before light. Now I give you this wisdom. Free may you be, O man, living in light and in brightness. Turn not your face from the light. Your soul dwells in realms of brightness. You are a child of the light. Turn your thoughts inward, not outward. Find the light soul within. Know that you are the master. All else is brought from within. Grow to realms of brightness. Hold your thought on the light. Know you are one with the cosmos, a flame and a child of the light. And you wonder why they spend billions of dollars on these superhero movies. The movies about the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Avengers, all these Marvel movies. These movies are talking about the children of the light when they flame on. Right? That's why they got a Space Force, because when that sky crack open and when the entities on the other side come through, they're gonna be fighting with the Brotherhood of Light, the whole light beings, the Benai or the Sons of Light, Yahushai. Right? You gonna have Ziz, Behemoth, and Leviathan over here turn it up with these Gentiles. It's gonna be a sight to behold. So the Gentiles, they know what's about to go down. That's why they gotta keep you distracted with you working your job, keeping you stuck in your lower nature, in your lower chakras, keeping you stuck on carnal things, keeping you stuck in religion, keeping you focused on the next celebrity drama, making sure you eating your GMO chicken from Chick-fil-A. So they don't want you to know about these spiritual things. And when they give you these movies, people just see it as fiction. But nah, they gotta tell you the truth. They gotta drop you some gems real quick. But people don't catch the gems. That's the thing. So Christ consciousness is coming back. The children of the light are gonna flame on like Big Brother Yahushai. So that's why it's important that we need to purify ourselves at this time. That's why we gotta get away from that nasty old pork. Cut out that meat so we can go further. Gotta be careful with what you watching. Gotta get off that corn, those websites. Gotta be careful with what you listening to. All right, not listening to no music about murder, kill, sex. Nah, gotta cut that out. So you're gonna be needing a lot of faith, and you definitely gonna have to do some work. All right, or what they call shadow work. So that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you learned something new, had something to munch on. Knowledge of self is knowledge of your creator. Self-realization is part of your elevation. All right, I say shalom and stay strong.